Hello everyone, my name is Daniel Miller. I'm from Pagoda Projects and I'm here today to talk about the most common FAQs we get regarding the Teach in China program. Now, one of the most common questions we get is the program competitive? Now, as long as you meet the minimum requirements, you have a strong likelihood of being accepted. But places are limited, so get that application in ASAP. What is the process of Teach in China? So just to give you a basic timeline, you have a one-on-one call with Pagoda to make sure everything is absolutely clear. And then you send your application form, and then you'll be asked for your CV, cover letter, and a 2-minute introduction video. We're here to help any stage of the way if you need any guidance. Now, full applications sent to our partners at CEAIE will be around March the 25th. Now, this is an extended deadline. CEAIE in April would then match applicants with schools based on their application and will coordinate interviews between April and the middle of May. Now, once interviewed and both you and the school are happy to go ahead, then you will be asked to sign a contract and commit to the program. Up until that point, you are not obliged to go ahead with the program. So it's a standard interview with your employer, and then you'll be offered a contract, and then you commit. In terms of the visa application in the summer, this is assuming that all the interviews go well and you're placed. You fly to Beijing for 2 weeks of teacher training in mid-August, and then you head out to your province to start your contract between September 2022 to June 2023. Are there any additional costs? There are additional costs in terms of visa documentation, your own travel insurance when traveling to China, and possibly a VPN in order to stay in touch with family and friends back home. Do I need a background in teaching to apply? Not at all. All that is required is an undergraduate degree in any field. How do I know this is a legitimate program and not a scam? So Pagoda Projects do not take any payment or any deposit from any applicants at any stage of the application. So our job is to connect you with the schools in China, and essentially a professional contract will be directly negotiated between yourselves, and the schools in China. Everyone in between does not take any payment from you at any stage. So one of the key ways to get into China is what they call a PU letter. So this is the letter that you need to apply for a visa in China. Now, because CEAIE is so closely aligned with the Chinese government, this is currently the only program that is authorized to give PU invitations to the UK and other foreign nationals. So this is, in essence, one of the few ways of getting and accessing China at this time. Now, of course, we live in a quite turbulent world, and there are many variables affecting the issuance of PU letters. And the Chinese government cannot guarantee that it will be 100% successful. These visas will be issued closer to the date of arrival in China and not in advance. So with regarding these variables, we cannot control them, but we can say it is most likely that you will be able to receive your visa in order to travel on to China. Another common question is, I thought it wasn't possible to go to China right now due to COVID restrictions. Yes, this is definitely true. However, the likelihood of teachers on the Teach in China program being accepted is extremely high. So why is the visa single entry? Can you go out on any other visas? So China's work visa, known as the Z visa, is required for anyone who is going to China for employment. making this the only valid visa you'll be able to get for the Teach in China program. Now, this is usually a single entry visa, meaning that once you are in China, you'll be expected to stay within the mainland for the duration of your 10-month contract. Unfortunately, we have no control over the terms and requirements of this visa. Another common question we have is about limited available flights right now and the prices of flights. So we'd like to reassure you that once China has opened up and its borders in the summer, flights will become more available and at more affordable rates. The flights are reimbursed by the school regardless. Are there any vaccines you should get before going to China? Now, your GP will be best placed to advise you on the vaccines you personally should consider, and some variables consider whether it's a rural destination you go to. Will you be interviewed by more than one school, and do you get to pick? So you'll be matched with schools, primary or secondary, based on your province preferences and your city preferences if you have those. You do not have to accept an offer with a school unless you are happy with all the details in the contract. You will interview different schools until there's a match. So you are in full control of the interview process and whether to accept going with one school or another. Will I be alone at the school, or will there be foreigners in China at the school? So schools will range in size and intake of foreign teachers. This is an excellent question to ask the schools during the interview. So gauge if it's the right fit for you. In any case, there will be Chinese teachers who can speak fluent English, and they will be able to help you adapt to the local culture. What is the accommodation like? So most schools offer accommodation near campus. This will be shared between yourself and other teachers. So this will be actually a single room to yourself. You will have your own room and shared facilities. Will I be able to get by day to day without speaking Mandarin? While knowing some Mandarin is definitely a plus, most foreigners are able to go about their lives in China without having any Mandarin. Of course, translation apps are a huge help when hand signaling doesn't work. Will there be other foreigners in China? As of 2020, there were almost 850,000 foreigners recorded living in China. So there are plenty of foreign communities in most cities around China. And how do you find them? So just head to the local foreign pub on a Friday night, or join local groups on WeChat. It's always a good rule of thumb to approach foreign professionals living in your city before you set off. Cost of living and whether the wages will be enough. So with accommodation accounted for, the wages are plenty to enjoy a life in China, where the average cost of living is 61% lower than that of the UK. Another question we get is regarding geopolitical situations, so the Ukraine-Russia situation or Taiwan-China situation. If I feel unsafe to go to China, can I go back to the UK? Of course, at any stage if you feel unsafe or if there is an emergency, of course you'll be able to go home immediately. However, we cannot guarantee you'll be able to return to teach due to the visa regulations.